Okay, I think we should be back, and we should have audio now. Okay, I think we should have audio. Audio, test, test. I show that we should have audio now. So I'm going to go off the presumption that we are. As it looks like Warp Gate just completed for Farth Fader and is about to complete for our green player Shinobi. Sorry for the drop and reconnect. It looks like we're losing a couple probes over here. We've got an annoying little stalker for Farth Fader, which gets dispatched quickly. Okay, looks like we're good. So welcome back, everybody. Again, I'm 12-7 for the older gamers. I'll try to do a more proper intro next time around. As we get a proxy Stargate over here on the bottom corner of the map from Shinobi. Interesting choice with the shield upgrades for Shinobi as well. As both players are starting to get their second bases saturated. Farth Fader for minutes per action with a slight lead in workers, 36 to 33 at the moment. Slight supply lead. But it's still early, about 8 minutes in here. Almost 9 minutes. Welcome again to all the TOG players, my clan mates, and also to the MPA guys. It's a pleasure to be able to do battle with you tonight. You see a little Bronze League error here with 8 workers on the mining gas out of this assimilator here. So maybe that's going to help him out in some way. Maybe it's some ultra meta move that I don't know about. We get one Oracle out here, ready to go for Shinobi. See if he's going to wait for another one. Here comes a little probe coming across the map to scout for a third, which he does not see. Neither player has a third at this point. Looks like the Oracle's coming across the map now. We'll see what kind of work that Shinobi can get done with this one here. Some Stalkers waiting here, so he's going to have to keep moving in a hurry. He gets out of there. I think he just lost some shields. Nope, he's going to stop. Almost lost it, and Stalkers are waiting here, and that Oracle's going to do nothing except die. Little proxy base over here for Shinobi as well, taking his third in a little remote location. Shield upgrade's about finished up for our green TOG player. And I think it's displaying the scoreboard up at the top of the screen is displaying right with the TOG and MPA logos. It'll have the match score, the series score rather, for the duration of the clan war tonight. So we'll update that as each battle completes. Void right now looks like we're still producing his Shinobi out of the Stargate down here at the bottom. A little oversaturated at the top, a little undersaturated at the second here for Shinobi. See if that hurts in any way as we move along. Farth Fader looks like going for a very stalker-heavy point game from the Oracle in here. Help out a little bit. Another probe going out to check everything out and see if he can find the third base. He's not going to find it unless this one finds it over here. But I think he's going to come over here and drop a third himself. Yep, there it is. As it completes for our Orange Protoss player. Little gateway push here with one Immortal support coming out for Shinobi. And one Void Ray out here as well. So we'll see how well this goes, as both players have been fairly passive in this game so far. push in here. Off the battle. Pull back as the Pokemon charge goes down. I don't know if he showed his Void Ray or his Immortal in that push. I think it was just Stalkers and Zealots that Farth Vader saw. As he's going to push out himself. Farth Vader should get the better end of this with the sheer numbers that he's working with here. Got two Immortals. One of them's getting focused down as it's fallen behind. Takes a 10 supply lead. Army supply is up. He's got his proxy pylon in the middle to be able to push and support with more stalkers. And so he comes for the counterattack. We'll see if he realizes that now is a good time. Farth Vader just has a little hit squad down here, but he does have one Archon, which will do a lot of work against this light army of our green Protoss player. Vader continues to keep a slight lead in workers, 57 to 55 right now, but the overall supply lead is in favor of our green Protoss player. Storm being researched by both players now. As two High Templars come to join the fight. And here's the fight down here at the third of our orange player. Losing some probes, 4 probes lost. Farth Vader's thinking about engaging. Zealot's doing a little bit of work to hold him off for a minute. Gonna get the Nexus. And 14, 15 probes now. These Immortals should do some good work. This Storm is about to finish up for our green player. Took out the one Archon. Make very quick work of these Stalkers here. He takes a large lead, 119 to 65 supply lead. Workers are 60 to 47 now in favor of Shinobi. That Farth Vader lost 17 workers in that last battle. These Zealots can get around to the front, do a little work. One of them's trapped in. Big Storm hits 2 Storms, though they don't stack, so that's not a whole lot there. Zealots are going to come in and do some work on the workers down here. Mothership Core pops out, but it's going to be taken down pretty quickly by the Stalkers. As Farth Vader loses 11 more workers. This one's about over, folks. I think it's all over with the GG. More Stalkers get warped in down here. The natural goes down. 123 to 36 supply lead, and there is the GG as TOG's Shinobi takes match number 1 in this best of 9. So welcome again to our clan battle tonight, MPA versus TOG. I am TOG's 12-7. Thank you for joining us. I'm going to go on a quick mute while we set up the second game. Stay tuned. Okay, I'm looking at chat and I see that there's a little bit of stream lag, so I'm going to try to fix that for this second match. Try to do a little better. I am a Gold League player, so we can expect a Gold League stream. So bear with me and we'll keep going. Alright, so it looks like we're getting the next two players up. It looks like it's going to be TOG's Christopher going up against the Death for MPA. Again, I know nothing about these two guys, so I've been out of the game for a little while. I'm sitting on 670 bonus pool or something like that. I have not very much experience with these new maps, so enjoy the Gold League stream. Make up a drinking game to go along with it. I think that's the unofficial rule for my chat during these events. So, yeah, just have a good time. Enjoy. Laugh at me. Should be just a few more minutes. Again, I am TOG's 12-7. Thank you for joining me. Here's all my information on screen now. If you hear a little bit in the background, I'm holed off in a side room with my wife and two young children on the other side of the door. So if you hear yelling and screaming kids or yelling and screaming wife, it's just part of the ambiance. You'll enjoy it. You'll get used to it. And we'll just make it a part of what we got going on. So thanks again for joining me, everybody. And we should be here and playing the second game here very shortly. Alright, so it looks like game number 2 is going to be on Cactus Valley as well. Between Christopher from TOG and Death from MPA. This will be game number 2. Shinobi took game 1 in our bronze matchup for the first match of the night, kicking us off. So we're going to get set up into the second game here very shortly. Looks like the invite's been set, so it should just be about a minute or two for us to get back into game. If we have any streaming issues or we have any stream quality issues, please drop a chat message in the chat box for my stream. I'm not following the chat in-game or on TeamSpeak or anything like that right now, so help me out on stream if you can, and if not, then we'll just have a fun game. Now loading up into game number 2 in this best of 9 between TOG and MPA. So a little bit of backstory on the two clans. Both are, I believe, for older gamers. TOG stands for the older gamers. Our clan is 25 and over as a general rule. I believe, by doing a little website sniping on MPA's website, that they are a 30 and over clan. So we will, if you are watching the stream and aren't in either one of the clans, check out either website and join somebody. Play with some good guys. Up here in the top left corner of Cactus Valley, we are looking at the red Protoss player for MPA. This is Death. And in the upper right-hand portion of Cactus Valley, representing TOG, the older gamers, is the green Zerg player, Christopher. Alright, I'm getting a note that the background music is a little loud, so let me adjust the in-game music just a little bit here. Alright. And we'll hop back over here. And I think that ought to be a little bit better. Again, if you have any issues with the stream, again, gold level player, gold level streamer here, so help me out in any way you can, and we'll make this time together as enjoyable as possible. See if this is going to be a scout or no. It looks like it's going to be a hatch first from Christopher. The gateway first for Death. Actually, I think the gas went down. No, the gateway went down first. Gas came right behind it, which is pretty standard. He's going to go scouting with his probe and goes the wrong way. Christopher's got two overlords just kind of hanging out over here and not going and finding any information with him, so see if that helps him or hurts him as the gas goes down before the hatch for our Zerg player. Pretty standard for Death, with the Cyber Core coming down second. As Christopher continues to drone up. No other feedback in the chat about the loud music, so I think we've got that straightened out. Thanks again for all your help. Thanks again for everybody coming and joining us. I hope you're enjoying it and not just giving me some lip service there in chat. Again, my name is 12-7. And it looks like Christopher's going to get a little reprieve as the drone or the probe rather, for the red Protoss player guesses wrong twice. Stalker being chronoed out now. It's like pretty straightforward for both players. Speed being researched for Christopher right after the hatch. 4 Zerglings coming in. Now 6. The queen at each base. +1 weapons being researched at the forge for Death as he drops his second gas. And Death is finally going to come in here and see what's going on. Sees a couple Zerglings. Sees a queen. And right before he died, I think he saw the jiggling spawning pool there for Christopher. Quite a few Zerglings now. 10 Zerglings now on the map for Christopher. More Zerglings being pumped out now. $18 Zerglings on the map, and Zergling speed about to finish up here in a couple seconds. And the Speedlings are now on the map, with 10 more on the production tab. So let's see what he's going to do with all these Zerglings. I don't see any cannons, even though we have the forge. Warp Gate's about to finish up. Army supply, just 8 army supply right now for our Protoss player. If Christopher's going to go, now would be a good time to do it. And he's going to go alright. He's going to send 1 lone Zergling. 1 and Zergling coming across the map. Guess he still doesn't know where his opponent is, so maybe a little bit of a blunder for Christopher with all these Zerglings here ready to go, and yet still giving his Protoss opponent time to get his base walled up, and the Robo's about halfway done now. Looks like the Zergling's going to go the wrong way as well, so we'll see how this hurts Christopher. Would have been nice to see him drone up a little bit more. 32-21 on the worker tab for our Protoss player, which is never good for a Zerg player unless he's doing some serious all-in. His worker's getting transferred to the natural for death. Drones now being produced again for Christopher. But if he doesn't do something with these Zerglings soon, he's going to find himself way behind. Sentries on the map provide force field help against all these Zerglings, so time is ticking for our Zerg player to do anything with all these army units that he created early. His overlords are staying close to home as well. A lot of minerals and a lot of gas in the bank for Christopher. Death doing a good job spending his money. 2 more gateways coming down now in front to help with the wall. Observer's going to come across the map and see everything. Well, for a little while. We've got some detection over here in the form of spores. Hydra den coming in. He sees it. Sees a little bit of it. But here comes the attack across the map. See if it's going to get anywhere. Did he catch him off guard? He's pulling back. Force field would have been nice, but he's pulling back. Zerglings are focusing on all the infrastructure in front. As the pylon goes down. I would say miss micro, but I'm thinking there's no micro going on over here. As they keep attacking the front, and as soon as the attack comes in, gets cleaned up pretty quickly. So Death now takes a big lead. 21 army supply to 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. As Hydras start coming in. A little oversaturated here at the main for Christopher. 26 drones. 21 down here at the bottom. It'd be a good time to take a third with all those minerals, but he's going to keep droning and building Hydras. Warp Prism now coming in for our Protoss player. There's Observer hanging out over here. I think some Warp Prism play right over here would be pretty painful. It's a pretty formidable army for a Zerg player who has just some Hydras on the map. Trailing in supply by about 15 right now. Observer sees no third. I'm going to come over here and see a cluster of Hydras. And back to the main. Death is letting his opponent catch up a little bit. Christopher building 16 more Hydralisks. So this is going to be a big Hydra army. Which is a little bit squishy in some of these zealots and such. Warp Prism parked out at the top of the map. 2 Evo Chambers coming in. But all the units being rallied to the front. Like he had his Zerglings earlier. Warp Prism drop would be a bit of an issue down here right now, I think. Both guys are kind of taking their time. Death has been building probes, now takes the worker lead, 54-49. More units continue to get warped in front. Zealot charge almost finished up for our red Protoss player. As the army starts to push a little bit out, but not quite towards our green Zerg player. Christopher back with the army lead, 60-46. Third base now started for Zerg player and for our Protoss player as well. So DT's getting warped in here up top. There is detection. So we'll see if this gets anywhere. I think he's going to wait till this army gets to the front to distract the Hydralisk army. And then he's going to move the DTs in. He's going to warp in a couple more DTs. These Dark Templars should do some work at the main of our green Zerg player. So there's the push in the front that gets beaten back pretty quickly. And here comes the Dark Templars in the main. Army in the front's getting cleaned up pretty good. But the DTs are going to go to work. Took out the Queen. He's going to go after the protection. As Christopher pulls his probes. Drones, excuse me. Army comes in now. Start cleaning stuff up. There is observation. But the Hydra Den goes down. The Evo Chambers go down. Warp Prism goes down. Christopher should know he's got a pretty good lead now. He's going to push out with his Hydras. And makes 15 more drones. So he's going to start droning up. He's got his forces split just a little bit, but I think he'll be okay. Oh, he's going to catch these from behind. He'll be able to clean these up okay as the reinforcements come in. Zealots are trying to do work. They're getting the first wave. I think the second wave is going to be too much and they'll be able to clean all this up. 4 Stalkers, some more Zealots, some more Chargelets coming in. They'll get a couple of kills. The Hydra should clean them up. Blink now completed, so you should be able to avoid too much damage from these Hydras. If he micros well, he loses them. Zealots, more Zealots coming in. Nothing on the production tab for Christopher. He continues to lose his army. 2 Queens now. As more Zealots get warped in, and these Zealots should clean everything else up. And they do. So now we're back to a brand new game. More Zealots getting warped in. Queens now being reproduced. Hydra Den going back down. Quite a bit of oversaturation in the natural for Christopher. Nothing doing at the third. As probes get transferred down to the third for death. Comes a little bit of a hit squad that is rallied to the third base of Christopher. No defense here, no spines, no queen. 10 Hydras being produced. This is going to get here quite a bit early. These drones are going to have nowhere to go. I foresee about 13 drone kills coming out of this. And a hatch getting sniped. Well, the hatch is going to get sniped first. And some drones go down, 3 now. He got most of them out. Would have liked him to see to go for the drones first. He's able to save them. More Hydras are being produced, and some Dark Templar now being produced to go along with the Stalker squad for our Protoss player. Army supply increasing now for Christopher, as Death takes his 4th base here at the 9 o'clock position. So if Christopher doesn't do something with his next push, I think that the economy of Death is just going to overrun him a little bit. DTs will do some work with this army. I don't know how much there's... If he takes one of these, and he's not going to take, he's just going to take all the Hydras, so I don't know that he's going to have any detection with this army when he goes. Looks like Christopher's going to reestablish his third base down here at the 3 o'clock. As the Army for Death moves out. This is going to do a lot of work to this Hydra army. Christopher has a slight lead in army supply. He's building 13 more Hydras, but I don't know if that's going to be effective against this Army of Death. Here comes some engagement. He's going to push the army back some. Yep, and here comes the Dark Templar. And the Dark Templar are going to do work. There's no detection with this army. All he can do is try to run away. Going to see what he can do up at the base here. But a fifth base goes down for death. I think he's just spreading out a little too much. Zealots are going to come and intercept this army. Dark Templar are going to sandwich it from behind. Another hit squad of Hydras is going to come around, but it's going to be intercepted by this army. The Dark Templar are just going to be too much. He is bringing detection with it, but I just don't think it's going to be enough. A lot of stalkers here. They have blink. Blinks forward into the army. Blinks forward into the overseer. And Death is in a very good position right now. He's got an observer. I'd like to see him put a forward pylon down here to reinforce, and then just move in and defeat the rest of this army. But he may not need it. I think he's going to move in right now. There's 14 more Hydras on the production tab. That's not going to be enough for this army. Here he comes. Here's the Hydras. They're going to get cleaned up very, very quickly. Blinks forward. Starting to get some workers. 4 workers, 5, 6, 7 now. Christopher knows it's over, and that's GG. That's game 2 going to MPA. We're now tied up 1-1 in this clan war. And there's the exit. And game 2 is in the books. I am 12-7. I'll be back with you shortly for game number 3. Stay tuned. Looks like there's going to be a brief break between games 2 and 3. Looks like Sazin is going to be up for TOG. I'm not sure who MPA is sending into game number 3. But as soon as I know, you'll know. And yeah, and then we'll get to playing. Okay, so game 3 is going to be Is No Good for MPA versus Sazin for TOG. I believe this is a Platinum League game, so maybe the skill level of the game will outmatch the skill level of the stream. We can only hope. Stay tuned, we'll be back more. Alright, so we are waiting on some folks to get the next map loaded up. Again, it's going to be Is No Good versus Sazin on Dash and Terminal. I know this is one of the, honestly, newer maps, because I haven't played a whole lot this season. This is one of the newer maps in the pool, so I know next to nothing about it. So I don't know if this is going to favor, which player it's going to favor. Looks like it's going to be a Zerg versus Protoss matchup. And we're going to get loaded here into game number 3 in the coming seconds. Okay, I should have turned down the in-game audio some, and so I'm hopeful that my audio is louder than the game audio. I think that's a little bit of feedback that I've gotten from the chat. So we're going to have a Platinum level match, like I said, against Zerg vs. Protoss on Dash and Terminal. With this best of 9 series tied 1-1. And spawning here in the, we'll call it the 3 o'clock position, of Dash and Terminal. Representing the older gamers, TOG, our orange Zerg player, Sezin. And spawning at the 12 o'clock position. Beginning to think that all that MPA has are Protoss players, which I mean works well for older guys, is the A-move race of Protoss. Either way, this is the red Protoss player, Is No Good. So welcome again to everybody on stream. My name is 12-7. I am a gold level Zerg player representing TOG. I will not be playing in this clan war, as Is No Good asks me to be nice to an old man. Little does he know I've already insulted him. So, too late for that. Both players going to get early scouts. I believe this is just a 2-spawn map. Like I said, I'm a little bit new here, but either way, I will not be playing in this one, much to the chagrin of the MPA guys. That would have been an easy win for them. Either way, we are here in Dash and Terminal. I am TOG's 12-7. TOG is the older gamers. MPA stands for minutes per action. Both of these clans are, I think, catered to the non-teenage group. Keep the riffraff out and keep the gaming clean and enjoyable. And as Is No Good is going to harass Sazin a little bit and not let him drop his natural. And now he doesn't have 300 minerals to do it, so he's going to run away, gets to build those shields back up. He's dropped his Nexus already. Nexus first on this. Hatch first for Sazin, as now he drops his natural. Thanks again to everybody joining me tonight. Blowing off your girlfriends, wives, kids, significant others, as I have. There will be plenty of room in the doghouse next to me when we're done tonight, so feel free to bring your sleeping bag and a 6-pack of beer, and we'll lick our wounds together, boys. Either way, here we are in game number 3 of this best of 9. As Sazin sees that there's really not a whole lot going on, he's got to figure it's Nexus first by now. 6 Zerglings on the way. Just now getting his first gas is Sazin. His second base is about to finish up. As our MPA Protoss player finishing up his wall to keep these pesky little Zerglings out. Worker count 20-16 in favor of our Protoss player at the moment, as 4 more drones hit the production tab for TOG's Sazin. We go check on a third. It'd be something if there was a third here already. Looking for the back door, but the pylon goes up to block. Yep, no entry there. As the gold base now goes down for Sazin. He's going to get the pylon. He's going to get in, deny the other pylon. Get a little bit of harass on some probes over here. Cannon's going to do a little work. Gets a probe. Gonna run up into the main. Mothership Core is going to greet these Zerglings here. Zealot's going to greet them down there. This is going to get cleaned up pretty easily by our Protoss player. Sazin's still behind on worker count, 24-21. Roach Warren just about to finish up now. First sentry in production for Is No Good. Looks like some drones are getting moved over to the gold base down here. 7 of them. it looks like they should go undetected. And Sazen's income should skyrocket. 36 workers now for our Zerg player, to 29 for the Protoss. Double Evo chambers now down as the layer gets started. Stargate now in production. And finishing up for Is No Good. See what he's going to decide to do with that. Build another Stargate? Yeah, he sure is. Second Stargate now coming in for our Protoss player as the first Oracle being produced. 11 workers now mining on these gold minerals down here in the bottom corner for our Zerg player. One Roach out. More drones popping, getting very well saturated at his basis is Sazen. A couple of spores going down. I didn't see if he scouted something or if... Oh yeah, he did. There's his Overlord seeing the warp gate over here. So this Oracle coming to the main should not get a whole lot done. Spores coming down in the natural as well. These spores will repel this, as will the Queen. Queen's going to run for cover behind the spore. Is No Good gets the Oracle out with just a little bit of health left. Hydra Den just finished up now. Sazen's got a pretty good lead, 39 to 21 in army. He's got the worker count, plus he has the gold base working. 16 Roaches on the map now. Roach and Hydra upgrades. Plus one missile upgrade now on the way for our Zerg player. Protoss has some Phoenixes on the map now. Third base just getting started here at the 11-minute mark for Is No Good. And the Roach push is coming. These are slow Roaches yet, but the Roach speed upgrade is about 8 seconds away. So it'll hit just as the Roaches are getting to the base. And there they go, turning on the afterburners. Heading over to the small army now for Is No Good. He's going to focus down the sentries. See if he's going to go in and clean up this third base. Get some probes that are moving around. Gets 5 probes. Gets the cancel on the Nexus. Going to clean up these pylons. Poke towards the base a little bit. And get the last pylon over here. And keep his opponent stuck on 2 bases. Pretty big supply lead for our Zerg player. Phoenixes now are going to come and maybe try to pick some of these up. One Roach is going to go down. He gets 1. Should have some Hydras on the map. Yeah, Hydra's now on the map. And I think Hydra upgrades are just about to finish. Because these Phoenixes are going to go around and try to pick off some supply for our Zerg player. Roaches and Hydras are now on the map. Zergling speed now underway. Just now getting started. Which hasn't been a big deal given the army composition that he's gone with. Phoenixes are going to see what's going on. Going to get a couple of Overlords maybe. His Overlord's speed is just about to finish up. I noticed he upgraded Ventral Sacs earlier. I wonder if he's going to go for some kind of drop play. Or if that was a misclick. So, don't see a whole lot of drop play by Zerg. Hydras are going to come in here and get some Phoenixes. Gets 3 of them. and pushes the other 3 into a corner. As Sazin continues to build up the army. He is. He loaded up 4 overlords, 5, 6 overlords with units in them. Phoenixes are going to come around. Here comes the drop. Phoenixes are going to come and find this base over here. They're going to be meted by a queen. Oh, he pulled away. I still don't think he's seen this with anything at all. Phoenixes are still on patrol. This drop is going to come undetected right into the base. Right into the base. Here comes, oh, there's the photon overcharge. And here we go. Lots of air cover with these overlords. Those will distract the Phoenixes. He gets the Nexus. He gets the Nexus at the main. Drop gets cleaned up. That did a little bit of work. He got a Nexus out of it. Supply blocked his opponent. Still has a worker lead, 46 to 59. Gold base is still undetected over here. As both players work to build up their army, is no good with a 69 to 45 supply lead. 14 Zerglings on the production tab. Oracle goes down as it was trying to get some information. Gold base still undetected. Still undetected by our Protoss player. As it looks like he's getting close to mining it out, or getting there anyway. He's rallying some Zerglings over here. Possibly as spotters. Here come the 3 Phoenixes that are left. Back across to see if there's anything going on. Roach Hydra army positioned in front. Some Zerglings over here to spot, I suppose. Maybe to deny a 4th. Buckets of overlords here. 2 more bases going down for our Zerg player at the 4 o'clock and 6 o'clock positions on the map, which will bring him up to a total of 5 bases. Still only 59 workers. 3rd base now established. More gateways coming down. Templar Archives being produced by our Protoss player. Burrow now completed. And it looks like tunneling claws are being researched, so it looks like we're going to have some Burrow Roach play. As Zerglings continue to be rallied across the map. +1 melee attacks finished up for our Zerg player as well. Looks like Colossus are out. I see some Immortals, some Void Rays, a little bit of everything over here. Whatever you want to attack with, it's there for our Zerg player. Yep, the gold base is about to be mined out. And there it is. Completely mined out the gold, did Sazin. He's got 5,000 minerals in the bank. We'll see what he wants to do with them as he gets his 4th hatch now starting to saturate. 3 Corruptors coming out. Hive now being morphed in. I think he's going to transition into some Broodlord play, it seems like. Or if these burrowed roaches are going to be a distraction of these Zerglings over here. Burrowed Zerglings. Almost maxed out is our Zerg player. 137 army supply. I think it's about time to move. And here he goes. Storm is just about to finish up for our Protoss player, so that could put a hurt on this Roach Hydra army. A lot of Corruptors. And there goes the Greater Spire being morphed in. So we are going to see Broodlords Gonna have to trade out some of this supply, though. As Protoss gets to the max as well. 197 supply. Big army ball right down here. So somebody's waiting for something, but I don't know what it is. As the DT Shrine gets started for our Protoss player. Still on 3 bases. First base is about mined out. Second base saturated. Third base saturated. Zergling's going to come in and poke. Gets a little bit of information. Zergling's going to come this way. There's the army. He sees it. Here comes the probe to drop the next base. As Blink's about to finish up. Here comes a Zergling. Going to go after the drone. Pulls the entire army over to take care of one Zergling. He didn't see these burrowed ones over here. Pull the entire army out of position. So what are we going to do? We're going to take some Corruptors over here. See what's going on. He's going to get the Phoenixes. And he really needs to trade some supply out if he's going to... He's working on 3-3 for his Roach Hydra. He really can't stand toe-to-toe with this army, though. Not with the Storms, with the Colossus that are there. 8 Broodlords, 9 Broodlords now in production. He's moved all of his army back over here. Zerglings are going to come in now that all the probes have been transferred over, and he's going to try to do some work. Pulls the army back, so buys himself the time to get these Broodlords morphed in, which are just about done. Got 3 workers out of the deal. All the Zerglings get cleaned up. Broodlords are now on the field. Something got loaded up there. Okay, no, that was a mistake. Nine roaches to max back out for our orange Zerg player. 4th base now getting established for his no good. So he's going to move out with his army. A lot of air support, some Corruptors and some Hydras for these Broodlords. Broodlords should do some work on this army. Or he's going to come down and try to... He's going to try to cut the army off from the bases. They're going to meet up here in the middle. I don't know if they're going to see each other. Nope, they're going to walk right by each other. There they go. Here they are. Here they are. Here it comes. Oh, big storm comes down. 3 storms. Ooh, another big storm tearing up the Roach Hydra army. Remaxes right away. Ultra Cavern coming in. Roaches. 27 roaches being built. Hydra's still doing a little bit of work. The Broodlords are occupying everybody's attention. He's got some Void Rates that are going to take him out, but not before everything else gets taken care of. Here come some Hydras to clean up these Broodlords. The Broodlords did a lot of work here. Lots of mutas now being produced. So Sazin had the bank to bring his production back up. He's resupplied his army, 124 army supply. Roach Muta is the composition of choice at the moment. Only 54 army supply for his opponent. He's got to know he's ahead, does Sazin. As Roach Muta is the composition of choice. And if he moves in now, he's in good spot. If he waits too long, he's going to give his opponent a chance to come back. As DT's now getting warped in by a warp prism. Going to take out the hive. He's going to lose the hive. He's going to lose the DTs. Greater Spire trying to focus down a Spire. Gets transfused. Gets transfused again. Gets transfused again. 3, 4 transfuses to save the Greater Spire. What a move by our Zerg player. That's huge. That probably saved him the game. As the Hydra army comes around. I'm sorry, the Muta army. Ling Roach in front. With some more units coming in. So here comes the engagement. Muters are going to come in to take out the Air Force. The Zerglings, those are cracklings now. It's just going to come and clean everything up. Too many Mutas here to take care of the Void Rays. Cracklings took care of the ground force with those roaches. 200 supply to 98 for our Protoss player. The question is does he have enough static defense with these cannons and wall to hold him off? Blinks back to try to save some of those units. Mutas are coming in over the top. Roaches are focusing down the cannons. Pylons are going down. He's going to clean up. He's going to get a lot of worker kills here. And this is just way too much. He's going to clean this up. Is no good. Should know he is no good at this point. Some last-ditch effort with some Archons to clean up these Mutas. But there's just too much here. 40 Zerglings now on the production tab. He has Ultralisks in his back pocket. Ultralisk armor. These Roaches are going to clean up these Archons. He's going to clean up the rest of the base. Nothing but some hero stalkers now as he cleans up this base in the lower corner. 167 to 56 supply. The assassin continues to push into the base of Is No Good. Ultras now making their way to the front door. Is No Good should see this and GG. This should be GG, and there it is. Game 3, goes to Sazin for TOG. Take a 2-1 lead. We'll be back with Game 4 shortly. Stay tuned. Thanks for hanging in there, guys. We are still deciding who's going to be next up to play Game 4 in this best of 9 between TOG and MPA. Again, my name's 12-7. Stay tuned. Alright, best I can tell by the in-game chat, it's going to be Bixel for TOG versus Xlayer for MPA. I apologize for butchering that name. I'm going to go with Xlayer, because that's what it looks like to me. Kind of looks like Slayer, but with an X. Either way, we've got two players that are about to join up. It's going to be a Gold League match. I think Bixel's rated silver for this season, but trust me when I say he plays at a very high gold or more level. So, we've got Bixel and Xlayer coming up next in game number 4. I hope y'all are enjoying the broadcast. I am 12-7. And that's all really I have to say. I wish I had some more filler. I wish I had some more insight. But like I said before, I'm a Gold League player and lucky if I'm a Gold League caster. So that's what you ended up with tonight. Thank you for spending time with me, and we'll get into Game 4 here very, very soon. Alright, looks like X-Layer has chosen Dash and Terminal for the map for game number 4. So we're going to see the same map we were just on. Alright, so game 4 is going to be a Zerg vs. Zerg between Bixel and X-Layer on Dash and Terminal. And we're getting loaded up into game now, I believe. There's the countdown timer. I think y'all can hear it. Hope everybody's enjoying the broadcast tonight. I hope I'm providing something more than just the obvious for you tonight, and if not, then I guess that's what we're stuck with. Let's update the scoreboard here real quick. There we go, and jump into game. So game number 4 in this best of 9 starts on Dash and Terminal. Here in the 12 o'clock position is our red Zerg player from TOG. It is Bixel. And spawning in the 3 o'clock position, representing MPA, this is our blue Zerg player.
Paused.
Who just paused the game. So I feel like I have to pause as well. And X-Layer just left the game, so we'll see what happened here in just a second. So we're having some in-game difficulties. I think our MPA player is having some issues with his keyboard, perhaps. So we'll just have to sit here and keep each other company for a little while. So I think a lot of people have either played or been given invites, or at least have some information on the Legacy of the Void beta that is going on. Some latest news that's been put forth by Blizzard. Automated tournaments, I think, are just around the corner or in development. So I'm excited about that. This was one that on the Blizzard forum some time ago, back before there was any kind of timetable for Legacy of the Void, there was one of the, I don't remember if it was one of the Blizzard, actual employees that work on the forum, or if it was one of the MVP posters. Either way, there was a thread that went around asking what people wanted in either future expansions like Legacy of the Void, whether it was balance updates, just features to be added to Heart of the Swarm. But one of the things that I had suggested at the time was automated tournaments. So I would like to think that I am personally responsible for automated tournaments being put into the game and being tested here on Legacy of the Void, so it's nice to see that happening. And this ought to be fun. So it looks like... nope, this is not happening. Okay, sorry. So anyway, automated tournaments. So it looks as though that automated tournaments are coming. There's going to be, I want to say it's like a 3-round tournament. There's going to be 25-minute limits on the games. Score is going to matter, so the score screen you see at the end of the deal is going to be, play into if there isn't an actual winner before the 25-minute mark. It's going to be the winner of the score that's going to move on. So check it out. Go to the Blizzard forums. Go to the Blizzard webpage. I think there might be something there on the launcher homepage as well. Plenty of places to check out the news on that. I also saw that there's going to be some macro changes with the Chrono Boost, the Mule, and the Inject mechanics as well. So I haven't had a chance to read up on that. I saw a posting on that on the TOG forums. So I don't know what's going on with that yet or not, but apparently there's going to be something there. So we'll have to see what's going on there as we're trying to get set back up into the next game. Appreciate everybody's patience as we move along. Okay, it looks like Xlayer disconnected and reconnected. We're getting him back into game. As we're getting the lobby set up, and we'll be back at it. It looks like we're going to restart from scratch. I think we were only about 20 seconds into the last game, so we're going to restart from scratch on this one. Spawn locations may be different, but the players will be the same. We'll see where we end up in this Gold League matchup, Game 4 in this best of 9 between TOG and MPA. And we're going to start off this time in the 3 o'clock position with our red Zerg player. Representing TOG. One more time, give it up for Bixel. And in the 12 o'clock position, representing MPA, proving that real men do wear pink. This is our pink Zerg player, Xlayer. So it looks like everything's going along well for these guys here. Everybody's controls are working. Overlords are going to meet right in the middle. Say hi to each other. Say hi, boys. Be nice. There they are. Hello. Pixel's going to take a drone over to scout, as well as having his overlord go to the natural position. Looks like he's going to have a drone heading over to do a scout of the main of our pink Zerg player for MPA. So slight mineral advantage early for Xlayer. That shouldn't matter a whole lot. Spawning pool goes down first for Bixel. And I think we're going to see a hatch first for Xlayer. And there it is. So Bixel's going to see that it's going to be hatched first as his drone makes his way back down. Gas comes up second for Bixel. So without any knowledge of this from X-Layer, other than there should be a drone making its way down here to make a base soon. Now he's going to float it in. See that Bixel is already mining gas. Hatchery just now getting started for X-Layer, so if Bixel rushes a bunch of fast Zerglings in, this could be trouble. As now we get the hatchery coming down. X-Layer stops a little bit short, doesn't see the gas yet, doesn't see the hatch yet. Now he's going to move in. And we'll see what he sees together. There's the gas. Sees it's mining. Moves in. Sees the hatch. Sees it's now wiggling. Knows that speed's on the way. So we'll see what he does with this information as X-Layer's hatch just finishes up. He continues to produce workers. Queen coming up now at both bases. 6 Zerglings now on the production tab for our red Zerg player. Queen's going to go to work on this Overlord. Should get it. There's enough of a ledge here. Overlord sees the Zerglings come down. As the Overlord's going to go down right now. Zergling stops short here. Queen's going to make its way down to the bottom as the second Queen's on its way. Bixel's probably waiting for speed to finish here. Spinecrawler on the production tab for X-Layer, getting ready for some Zerglings to make their way across the field. Pretty well saturated on minerals at the main. No gas yet for our pink Zerg player. 16 more Zerglings, so this is going to be a pretty stout commitment here in about 10 seconds when speed finishes up for Bixel. He's got them selected. Making more Zerglings. Speed is completed, and there they go. Just kidding. Not quite walled in over here. I think there's a gap right in here. I think there's a gap right in there for some Zerglings to sneak through. We're about to find out. Here they come. 10 more Zerglings, starting to drone a little bit behind. 27 to 16 workers for X-Layer. We'll see if it's going to mean anything. If these Zerglings are going to be able to slip by, and they do. They get in. He did not have it walled off. He's going to go after the Spinecrawler. He's going to go after the Queen. Spinecrawler goes down. Now he's going to work on drones. Trying to box the drones in. Another Spinecrawler over here. Getting a few drones. He's going to go after the hatch now. As Zerglings are now underway for our pink player. Is he going to get the hatch? He's going to get the hatch. Hatch is going to go down. A couple of Zerglings go over here. Queens are here to block everything off, so he's not going to get anything else done. But 12 drones. He's going to get an Evo chamber. Right there. As Zerglings come out. Force some Zerglings. Bixel now has the worker lead at 28-20. Got the supply lead at 41 to 33. He has the upgrade lead with speed. Both of them have the same amount of workers. Roach Warren now on the way for Bixel. Bixel's in a very comfortable position right now. We'll see if our pink player can bring it back. He's going to need to drone pretty heavy. Getting his hatch made. Roach Warren is finished up for X-Layer. Going to move a Spinecrawler to the front. Has some Zerglings over here to help out. Just now getting gas started. He's going to mine it at double time. See if he can get back his upgrade. Get even, rather. As Bixel's going to sit back and drone up 12 drones on the production tab. He's already got a 32 to 20 drone lead. Second gas is taken now. He's going to start transferring drones. Be a good time probably for Bixel to take a third. He's got to know he's ahead. Seven more drones on the production tab for Bixel. Going to continue to push his drone lead. as third and fourth gases go down at the second base. Roach is in production for X-Layer. A little bit of a supply block. Speed now just getting started for X-Layer. Welcome to those of you watching. This is 12-7, broadcasting a clan war between TOG and MPA. A couple of Zerglings are going to come across the map for X-Layer. See what's going on. One ranged upgrades now for Bixel on the way. Zerglings are going to move down to the bottom. I don't know if they're scouting there or what, but Roaches are going to see these two Zerglings come in. Speedlings are going to pick up the scouts for X-Layer. Speed's about halfway done for our pink Zerg player. +1 missile upgrades on the production tab for X-Layer as he produces Roaches. Scouting Overlord's going to see the Roach Warren doing some upgrades. Got to figure Roach speed is on the way. Just getting started, though, at this point. As Speedlings are going to come back across the map. Look for a third. Don't see it there. He's going to get a queen. Nope, he pulled away. No third there, so he's got to know he's ahead. 104, 112, 116, 70 to 75 supply for Bixel. More Roaches coming out for our red player. +1 missile upgrades just about finished up for our pink player. Roach speed just about finished. Looks like 1-1 missile attacks are going to be done here in just a moment as well. About 10 seconds away. As Ling Roach makes its way across the map. It's going to come with just the Roaches. Oh, and the Zerglings behind. Here come the Roaches. Try to draw out the army. Zerglings are going to come in to help surround. Zerglings are going to get the queen. Roaches are going to push the army back. He tries to focus down on that spine. Did he get it? No, he didn't get it. Working on the army. And X-Layer sees it's enough, and that's GG. GG for X-Layer. Bixel takes game number 3. TOG takes game number 4. Third win for TOG in this best of 9. TOG up 3-1 now. As the early harass takes him down. Gets a good lead and finishes him off. Good effort by X-Layer. Did his best to hold off. Early pressure was just a little bit too much. So 3-1 lead for TOG after 4. Going into game 5 here. And we'll see who's next here in just a moment. My name is 12-7. My information is on the screen. I would appreciate a follow on Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube. This will be uploaded to YouTube as soon as I get a chance after this is over. Everything will be in full with the chat, with the commentary, all the downtime, all the empty silence. Everything that makes this broadcast oh so awesome and what differentiates it from everything else will be there and on YouTube for the whole world to see. So be a part of it. Subscribe. Alright, looks like we're going to have Death is going to be back up for MPA against Sean for TOG. Maybe. Maybe, possibly. We'll see. Alright, so yes, we are up with Death and Sean. Playing the next game, game number 5? Yeah, 3-1. Game number 5 coming up. Death and Sean, MPA, TOG. Cactus Valley is going to be the map again. We're getting loaded up into game number 5 here at the moment. Just waiting on one more person to download the map and get in. And we'll get rolling. Thank you all so very much for spending your Sunday night or Monday morning in some cases with us. Hope we've worked out all the bugs on the stream, all the volume issues, all the choppiness, lagginess, frame skipping, and so forth. As we are getting everybody ready and loaded up into game number 5 in this best of 9. There is the countdown timer. And here we go. Maybe. Yeah, there we go. We'll get switched over into game in just a moment, guys, as the players get loaded in. This is going to be a Zerg vs. Protoss on Cactus Valley. Alright, here we go. Game number 5. Representing TOG, spawning in the upper right-hand portion of Cactus Valley, it's our Blue Zerg player, Sean. And spawning all the way over in the bottom left is our red Protoss player, representing MPA. This is Death. Alright, so this is a little bit different setup than what we've seen in the last 2 games, or the previous 2 games rather, on Cactus Valley, in that we have the cross spawn. One would think this would open up the game to more macro play. Sean's going to do the double hatch trick here, when he already had his Overlord, so there you go. Some newfangled fancy metagame for you. And both of Sean's overlords are going to miss. He's going to his adjacent spawns. Hatch first coming down for Sean. And it looks like Death will scout his opponent out on the second try. And probably before then, he'll see the Overlord coming down the side, so that should be a giveaway. Hatch now going down. Already mining gas for Death. Versus Zealot already on the way. No gas yet for our Zerg player. Still droning on up. And here comes the Protoss player. Sees the natural. Sees the spawning pool just about to finish up. What do we got going on here? Little game of chase between a couple of workers, I think. Warp gate getting started just as the Cybercore finishes. 2 queens on the way for our Zerg player, who continues to drone. Workers still playing a game of tag over here. Which is turning out to be fairly unexciting as the shields of the drone have already regenerated. Nexus now coming down for Death. And the second gateway now coming in as well. 2 gases now and a Roach Warren for Sean. Roach Warren about 60% finished. Has Sean seen his opponent yet? Nope, not yet. Sean has not seen his opponent. Has to know where he is, though. Because he doesn't see him down here. And he doesn't see him up there. So that only leaves one place left. This guy will know for sure. These workers are still going at it. That is one angry drone. He does not like probes. Hashtag probe lives matter. End drone brutality. Probes matter too. That's just mean. Warp gate's just about to finish up for Death. A couple of stalkers on the way. 1 stalker, 1 zealot out here. Warp gate's finishing up as he continues to build probes. Somebody cue the Benny Hill music here. Should just speed this up and play some Benny Hill music and relive the 70s, right guys? Third hatch coming down now for Sean. Both players supply blocked at 44. Detection and aerial protection now up for Sean at both bases. First Evo chamber going down. Layer finished up back there while we were busy watching these 2 probes still go at it on and on and on. Like an old Energizer commercial. Keep going and going and going, right? Here comes a stalker. Is he going to see that? No, he's hidden by the rocks. Some roaches hanging out here. I feel like I'm lagging a little bit, so if the stream's lagging, I apologize, guys. I feel like I'm lagging just a little bit. I look like I'm lagging a little bit. So I'm sure the stream is lagging too, so I apologize for that. Try to make some adjustments to our graphics settings or something before the next game. Roach speed just about to finish up. for our Zerg player. Robo right there for death. Got 4 gates in a robo. Zealot speed getting started. Proxy pylon going down. I don't know what happened to our game of chase, but I'm guessing that's the drone. Yep, because he's a little bit down on life. But I don't know what happened to the drone. Probe, right? That's the probe. I don't know what happened to the drone. Either way, we move on. Roaches, roaches, roaches for Sean, who now enjoys about a 20 supply lead, but is approaching a supply block. Well, not really. Well, yeah, he will in a little bit here, because he's not making any overlords. 1-1 upgrades are about halfway done for our Zerg player. As 11 more drones make their way on the production tab. Death actually leading the worker count 52 to 30. That's a pretty healthy lead. As 6 more gateways on the production tab. So it looks like we're going to get a pretty heavy gateway push off this proxy pylon here. He's got roaches, but does he have enough? One stalker is going to come down here and see the third base. Queen's going to push it away. But little does he know what's coming behind. Here come the roaches. Nope, just kidding. Yep, and it is me that is slowing it down. Roach is making its way to see what's going on. He's going to run into the mini gateway army over here. He has no idea what's coming behind. If that's all he saw, that'll probably make him feel comfortable with what he has back here. However, charge just finished up. Some hydras are on the way. Blink is now underway. Some more stalkers and zealots being warped in. A third base now about halfway finished up for death as well. So it'll be 3 base to 3 base here pretty soon. Death's still ahead in the worker count, which is not what you want as a Zerg player. 54 to 46, 7 more drones on the production tab. But Dark Shrine now coming in for our Protoss player. This has trouble written all over it for Sean at this point. If he doesn't do a little bit of damage at some point, and I think it might be past the point where he can do some reasonable damage to death. Yeah, I think that this is going to be Death's game unless he does something a little bit stupid. But we'll see. Here he comes into the third base. 2 spines are there along with the queen to greet him. These zealots are going to come in and clean up a spine. Clean up a queen. Here comes the roach army to push down. And kind of repel this a little bit. I feel like that Death is just buying a little bit of time here. But reasonably, he's got, what has he got, like 8 gateways now? There's the structure tab. 10 gateways now. 10 warp gates. 2 starports. I mean, he's got a lot of production there. Waiting for his blink, maybe, to finish up. I really feel like he could push and win. Here comes the Roach Hydra army. It's going to clean up this little hit squad out here. This may be the opportunity that Sean needs. This might be the right timing. There's a 4th base now getting started. Here comes the warp in of Zealots at the top, as the entire army for Sean is out of position. Zealots are going to come in here and do a ton of work. I don't know if we're going to be in a full-on base race. No, certainly not. This is going to get pushed back. These Zealots are going to be in here doing work. We're going to see some drones go down. We're going to see a lot of dead Zerg units. Bunch of stalkers get warped in. They do have blink. Are we at a full-on base race? I don't know if we are yet. 7 workers down for the Zerg player. There is nothing back here. There's a few roaches now to do some cleanup. His Zerg army still lives over here. I'm surprised it's still here. Cleans up the Stalker army. Takes down some gateway production. This next little push should take care of what's left, these Hydras. These Stalkers should clean up these Hydras. The Roaches clean up the Zealots back behind. Sean's going to lose a couple of Overseers, which is unfortunate. More Stalkers getting warped in up front. Death still with a comfortable worker lead. He's going to pick off these... Oh, the blink is nice. And it only got one. It seems like it should have got more than that. Looks like both players stabilize. Death still very much in a better position. Up 4 base to 3. Up 66 to 51 in workers. He's got units warping in up front. Sean should have more workers. He should have more bases. Workers getting transferred over to the 4th base now for Death. I feel like it's just a matter of time. Here comes a big Stalker army. With one Voidway to support. Pulls back. Looking for the concave. Blinks forward. Pick off a Roach. Just going to poke in and poke out. Fourth base is going to get taken out here. The 4th base that Sean was trying to put up. Now he's going to push it back. Stalkers are going to blink out of there. Zerg's going to find the pylon. Don't know if that was the best place for him to run to, now that he knows where the pylon is. Battle in front. A lot of Stalkers. Is he going to blink micro, or is he paying attention over here? Looks like these two are going to meet in the middle. He's going to get the hatch. These Stalkers are going to hang out. I feel like they're going to push in and meet right here in the middle. There they go. I'm going to pick off a couple of Hydras. This is a big army that Sean is going to have to deal with. Death has a 71 to 60 worker army advantage. 66 to 50 worker advantage. He sniped the 4th. He's going to get the 3rd. There's not a whole lot that Sean can do. He's going to bring his units around here. But Death has a walled in pretty good to be able to protect and still do work on the workers in the hatch over here. More Stalkers behind, sandwiching in the Zerg units. 6 workers gone. He's going to clean up the Zerg army. Takes a healthy supply lead. Army lead is strong for a Zerg player. Warps in some more Stalkers behind. He's going to clean everything up here at the 3rd. Still has 4 bases himself behind. Some Roaches are going to pop and die right away. There's just nowhere for Sean to go as Death takes a healthy supply lead. Death has to know he's in a really good spot. These Roaches cannot do what they need to do against all these Stalkers. Stalkers are going to push in, and that's going to be it. This series is going to be one game closer. We're going to be looking at 3-2. We are now looking at 3-2 as Sean calls GG. And Death takes game number 5 in this best of 9, and his second for his team to bring the score closer at 3-2. So I'm going to work on my game settings for just a bit, guys, as we get ready for game number 6. Stay tuned. Alright, we're getting loaded into the next game pretty quick here. Coda is going to be the next match. And it looks like it's going to be Atticus for the older gamers against Aga for Team MPA. That's what I'm going to go with, because I cannot pronounce an unpronounceable name. We'll see if the textures are a little bit better on this game, guys. We have a little bit less choppiness and stuttery and all that stuff. So, I think we're going to get into it here. We are getting into it right away here. Alright, it looks like our master MPA player is taking the handicap and choosing random against TOG's Atticus, who is high platinum. I'd say high platinum Terran player. High platinum? Yeah, I'm going to go with high platinum. Alright, so here we are in game number 6. TOG leading the series 3-2. We are loading in on Coda. Spawning in the bottom right-hand portion of Coda, this is TOG's Atticus. Atticus asking for a pause real quick. So we're going to have just a little bit more of a delay here. Alright, back at it here, guys. Bottom right-hand corner of Coda is the map we're on. This is TOG's Atticus, Terran. And the yellow random Zerg player spawning in the upper left. For Team MPA, this is Aga. That's as far as I'm going to go with that name. I'm sure someone can help me with how he pronounces it, but that's what I'm going with. Anyway, we are off and running in game number 6 of this best of 9. I hope y'all are enjoying the festivities tonight. Atticus is going to see right away his opponent is Zerg. which is always nice to know when you are spawning against a random player. Gonna see the hatch go down. We come into the main. Command center going down first. CC first for Atticus. Against the hatch first, gas first, then pool for our Zerg player. Aga's got to know by the timing of this barracks that it's CC first. This barracks should be very well up already. What's this guy doing? This looks like it might be a little bit cheesy. We'll keep an eye on it. Stay tuned, boys and girls. 2 gases now going down for Atticus. This may just be a scout for seeing the timing on the 3rd. That's what my master commentary is going to be changed to. I'm going to change my mind. Bunker going down in front, though I don't know that he's got a whole lot to worry about. His opponent does have the 100 gas. He can start speed. Still mining with 1 lone drone on the gas. First Marine gets loaded into the bunker. He went with the early CC. And now he's going to start loading it up with workers. Factory comes right after the barracks. Reactor going down on the barracks. Second gas being taken here by Aga. Layer's just about finished, so the first 100 gas went to Layer. We're going to see some quick muta play, or quick... Yep, there goes the Spire. So it is going to be fast muta. 2-base muta action from our Zerg player. 2 Hellions are going to get started. Starport comes up next. Here comes the Scout. Coming in and seeing Tech Lab finishing up on the barracks. Sees the reactor. Sees 2 Marines coming after him. Gonna try to get it out of there. Marines should be able to get it. Maybe. And he got it. So he did get it out. Creep spread well underway for our Zerg player. No units yet. Speed just getting started for the Zerglings. As the Spire's just about to finish up. Still no 3rd. 3rd now coming in. This worker's going to see it. Should see it. Yep, he sees it now.
Ready to plunder.
The wall is good, but it won't do much good against mutas. Baneling nest now in. Where's the other baneling nest? There it is, coming in right there. As the first 6 mutas are in production. 1 Viking. Gonna do some patrol. Do a little... It's the Polt Viking, as we call it. Doing some, looking for... Oh, here come the Hellions. They're gonna get cleaned up by the mutas. Sorry, not on the ball there, guys. The Pult Vikings looking for overlords. That's what I was trying to say. Here come the Mutalisks across the field. I think he's going to make a V-line for this Viking, because it's going to be annoying. So here come the first 6 Mutas over to look for a Viking. Not going to find it. Not going to see a third either. So he's going to come in here, see if he can do work on a mineral line. Nope, not with the turret. Stim now finished up as that Pult Viking continues to do work. Here comes the Mutas to deal with the Viking. Corruptor's now coming in. Is he going to micro this Muta out of the way, or is he going to save it? Oh, he saves it. Alright. Third base well established for our Zerg player. 2 Medivacs now coming in. Widow Mine drop may be incoming. Turrets all over the place for our Terran player. Mutas are going to try to find an opening. He's not going to be able to find one. Still has not lost any Mutas. Good control by Aga. Got good Overlord spread. Sees what's going on. Sees the drop coming. Doesn't react to it though. Here's the Marines at the third. Speedling's coming in to try to do something. He picks up and flies away. Mutas are going to come intercept it though. Mutas are going to get that. Got it. Mutas took care of the drop, cleaned it up. Banelings are now in the field. Creep is well spread on the upper half of the map at this point in the game. Here comes a little push coming out. A little bio push. Some medevac support. There's Ling and Baneling patrol. Gonna see the Zerglings as 1-1 ground attacks about to finish up. He should see the Banelings now. He's getting the splits. Got the Widow Mine in position. He's gonna try to bait him out. Good control by Aga. Pulls him back. Muta hit squad's gonna come in and try to do a little bit of work. Atticus is really trying to bait him into these Widow Mines here. But Aga's having none of it. He's actually going to fly around it. We'll go see if he can do some work over here at the top part of the map. There's some Widow Mines waiting for him up there, though. He does have vision. Takes care of one worker. Takes care of a Widow Mine. Pulls out. Zerglings and Banelings getting in position over here. Gonna take care of a little bit of the Bio Army. Man, I feel like I'm lagging really bad right now. Widow Mines are gonna do some work over here. Nope, he's able to avoid most of it. And now Aga has a very healthy lead, 155 to 83 lead. Drop comes in at the main. Going to take care of some workers over here. Army's going to come in and clean it up. He's going to get the medevac. He's going to take care of all the Marines. 6 drones lost in that exchange. Aga's in a very comfortable position though. 156 to 83 supply. 86 to 34 Army supply. Muta hit squad's going to go do what they do. I am lagging bad. I apologize for the stuttery video. 4th base now being established in the upper right-hand corner for Aga. Mutas are going to come in and take care of the SCVs and the turrets being built on the edge of the base and get out. Has lost 3 Mutas so far, but I don't think any of them have been lost in bases. I think it's all been part of the map action. A couple of Widow Mines sleeping, not burrowed. Get taken out. Here comes the bio ball of our Zerg player. On the doorstep of our Terran player. This is not going to end well for Atticus. Baneling hits are good. Zerglings are going to come over and take care of this third base. Mutas are going to come pick off the CC that's lifted up. 197 to 68 supply leak for our Zerg player. This is just a lot of Zerg units that Atticus has no answer for at this point. More Zerglings streaming across the map. Ultralisks are now under production for our Zerg player, who has over 100 supply lead, who has creep spread on about half of the map right now. Atticus really sees what he's up against at this point. Adrenal gland's about finished up for those Zerglings. Mutas are going to come in and just brute force their way into the base. The Zerglings are going to get taken out in front. This is just carnage by our Zerg player. Here comes the Baneling bust. Widow Mines are on cooldown. Banelings are going to get a ton of workers. And GG is called by Atticus in game number 6. We are back to the drawing board, boys and girls. 3-3 is our match score heading into Game 7. I am 12-7. Thank you for joining us tonight. We've got a little more StarCraft left for you yet. Stay tuned for more. Alright, so I think I figured out what's going on. I think my video card decided to turn itself off or stop working or some such. And so I think I've been running just off of my CPU and my onboard graphics. So anyway, yeah. So I think we're back up and on it. I think the quality's good. I think. We'll see what it looks like here on what may be the last game of the night. I don't know. Trying to figure something out here. Okay, looks like this is going to be the last match of the night. I think this is going to be the ace match. So we're turning into a best of 7. We're going to see Aga again for Team MPA. Scyther is going to be our representative, our Masters representative for TOG. So here it comes down to it. A best of 1 Master League for all the marbles. If you don't get excited for this, then it's probably because you've been listening to me for 3 hours and you've lost all the live. According to what I see, there are 15 of you left on the stream. God knows why. I feel sorry for all of you. I am not in the most ergonomic position in the world, and by the name of my clan, the Older Gamers, you'll guess that I am not a spring chicken anymore, so if you hear me groaning and stretching and whatnot, that's just because I'm an old fart, that's all. Alright, so let's see, here we go. Are we going to go? Maybe. Hang tight, boys and girls, we'll be in it here in just a minute. Alright, let's go. I think we got some European boys that are ready for bedtime and ready for us to get going. So we should be getting started here on our last map very, very soon between MPA's Aga Masters League and TOG's Scyther, also Masters League. So we should have a really good game between these two coming up very, very, very shortly. we're just waiting on Scyther here to pick a map. Did we lose Scyther? There he is. Alright, looks like Coda's going to be the last map of the night. Alright guys, we're getting into it here. Last and final and ultimate game of tonight's festivities. Maybe. If I can figure out what I'm doing here. Alright, here we go. Come on. Alright, we're getting into Coda here. MPA's Aga against TOG's Scyther. All tied up at 3-3 in the last game on Coda. Spawning in the upper left-hand portion of the map, it's the Red Terran, TOG Scyther. And in the bottom right-hand portion of Coda, it is our yellow Terran player representing MPA. Give it up for Aga. Alright, this is it for all the marbles. TVT, Masters League, Game 7, OMG, WTF, BBQ. This is it. looks like both players getting started in about the same way. Aga got his gas up a little bit sooner. Scyther's barracks is a little bit further along. Couple of old men complaining about old men problems in chat here. This should be a lot of fun, guys. Thank you all very much for staying up with me tonight. Aga getting the quick factory down. Scyther's finishing his wall, sending a scout over. Aga's wall's about finished up. Scyther's not going to get to see anything in here. Marine's going to come over and start taking shots at the SCV. And it's gone. Reaper's coming over as the factory goes down inside the base of Scyther. Marine's going to be met by 2 Marines, or Reaper rather is going to be met by 2 Marines. Be lucky to get anything done here. And there goes the Reaper. Nothing doing there. He sees the factory. Starport now going down on the typical 1-1-1. Opening for Aga. Factory's just about finished up for Scyther as the SCV makes its way across the map for Aga and stops right there. One Hellion, an SCV, and some Marines. Are we going to get a little bunker block over here with the Marines coming over? I think we are. I'd be surprised if we didn't. It might happen. It might not. These guys are Masters League. They're better than me. I know nothing. And the SCV's just here for the priority on the A move, which gets cleaned up. These SCVs are going to come down to repair as the poke gets pushed back somewhat. Scyther's got the worker advantage, 22-18. As the second CC comes down for Scyther. And is nowhere to be found for Aga at the moment. We're going to see a quick drop over here into the main. There's one Hellion in there with some Marines. This should do a little bit of work, as Scyther's army's out of position just a little bit. He's going to do the elevator play. He's going to come back and get these guys and drop them in here with those, and then make one big push. And here they come. As Aga's researching Cloak Banshee behind. SCVs are getting pulled a little bit. I know he's lost some, but I don't have my overlay up, so I can't see it. 12 SCVs now, lost 13 down. 11 workers now for Scyther. He's lost 15, 16 workers now. $17 workers down, 18, 19. This is turning into a mess for Scyther. He's lost almost every single worker in his main. Down to 2 workers and no army supply. This game's pretty much over. This is it. This is GG. I think Scyther's going to make him just kill all of his buildings. But this was a very quick match to end the night as the Banshee now comes over. And that's that. Game 7, the deciding game, goes to MPA. The match goes to MPA. GG to everybody. Thank you to everybody who has stayed up with me this morning. Congratulations to MPA for taking this one 4-3 after being down 3-1 early on. I put up on the screen for you the links to follow me on Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube. I will be posting these to YouTube sometime tonight or tomorrow for everybody to see. So, congratulations to all the winners. A special congratulations to MPA for taking this one 4-3. Better luck next time to the TOG boys. And we'll do this again sometime. Okay, just doing a little maintenance in the in-game chat here. Just 1 second, guys. All right, so thanks again to everybody. Thanks again to everybody for staying up. Thanks again to those who played. Thanks to those who watched. 2 good clans here. If you are not a member of either one, you should find one of them and join them. I am TOG 12-7, and I will see you guys next time. Good night.